Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In here, I wanna present my presentation about plants or an animal. Before I want presentation, I wanna introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Afiq. I come from Jakarta and I 8th grade of IDN boarding school. And then in my presentation, my presentation is redwoods. Redwoods once grew throughout the northern hemisphere. The first redwood fossil that back more than 200 million years to the Jurassic period before commercial logging and clearing began in the uh, 2000 cows redwood naturally occurred in an estimate 2 million across the size of their root islands along California coast from of Big Sur to just for the origin border when gold was discovered in one hundred of thousands of people come to California and redwoods will look extensively to satisfy the exclusive demand for lumber and resource. Today only 5% of the original old growth through redwood forest or remains along for 4 mil coastal forest is now young the lands and surfing stand of ancient coast redwoods are found in Humboldt Redwood State Park, Redwood National and State Parks, and Big Basin Redwood State Park. The native people of California and didn't physically cut down coast redwood and then use fallen trees to make plants for house and hauled out logs for canoes. The native also regular use common redwood forest plants. Read more about use of redwood forest. Plants through or redwood forest plant with a member and then and then in here the image from redwood. The next presentation is Amazon water lily. Amazon water lily, a member of the genus Victoria, placed in the California family, or sometimes in the the first published description of the genus was by Young, and then Little Lily in October. Best one species of this plant returned from British Guiana by Robert Scomber, cleanly named the genus after the newly ascended Queen Victoria and the species Victoria regia. The spelling is Scomber description in Athenaeum, and then the month before was given as Victoria Regina, despite the spelling being adopted by the Botanical Society of London for their new emblem. Lily was the person used throughout the 19th century. An earlier account of the species, Aurelia amazonica by Edward or Frederick Poiping in one 180,000 describer and affinity with Aurelia Fairfax. Collection and description was also made by the French botanist Army who planned in the 1000 in James Descartes saw by recognized Poipig's earlier description and transport is Afiq amazonica. The new name was rejected by Lindley. The current name Victoria amazonica didn't come into widespread use until the 20th century. Then, in here, the image from Victoria or Amazon water lily. The next, the next presentation is Piedopter frog. Ammonis is a species of frog from the genus Piedopter found in Papua New Guinea. New Guinea. This species was discovered in the December 2009 and was introduced to the general public in January 2012. Its small size, with its 7 millimeter or 0 in long, make this species the smallest but vertebrate organism in the world. The species is only 2 millimeters shorter than the second smallest vertebrate organism, Phytophthus. Forgive the habitat of the species, along with other members of the Phytophthus genus, is in a field of live in tropical or rainforest. And considered a new and now rare species of Latimera, the West Indian Ocean. Latimera primarily found near the Comoro Island of the east coast of America, and then Indonesia concludes Latimera mechanisms. They follow trilobite finished fish and theropods, which means they are more closely related to lungfish and Lungfish theropods than to ray fish. The West Indian Ocean concludes is currently is a danger species. So concludes belong to the subclass of Artemisia, a group of lower finished fish related to lungfish and curtain extension fish, such as Australopithecus, Porphyroform, Etholozois, and Panderichthys concludes were thought to have become extinct in the late Cretaceous, around 66 million years ago, but were rediscovered in 1058 their summer or their village. And then uh, the and then the the family on characteristic of deer is present to deer. And here the image from the fish. Then the next is rusa or deer. One character, one character, one characteristic of deer is the presence of antlers. There's antlers and not horns, which are bone growths that develops every year, usually in summer, as especially in male deer. Also, there are some expectations. There are about three, three, three species of deer throughout the world, which are defined into the major groups. Outward the groups is what their groups including the subfamily, mutants, and serpine and new word their groups hydrophore and and characteristic. Their weight general from uh, 30 kilogram and then 72 pounds. Also, Kudu Utara averages 10 kilograms or 20 lb and most average kilogram they and then 1 lb. They are general, flexible, compact, and long, strong legs suitable for rough forest terrain. There is also a jumper and swimmer. Ruminant deer are swimmers and has for so much chamber. Rafflesia. Rafflesia is a genus of parasitic flowering plants. It was found in Indonesia rainforest by an Indonesia good work for Dr. Joseph Arnold in 1 and was named after Thomas Stamford Rafflesia, the expedition leader. It consists of about the two species, including four that are not yet fully known as individuated by major. All species found in Southeast Asia of the Malay Peninsula, Kalimantan, Sumatra, and the Philippines. This plant has no real stem, leaves, or roots. Rafflesia is an parasitic infant of the genus Tetrasoma family or pistachio, spreading its root like Haustorium inside the pins. The only part of the Rafflesia plant that can be outside the house plant is a pure flower. In some species, such as Rafflesia arnoldi, the diameter of the flower might be more than 100 centimeter and weigh up to 10 kilogram. Even the smallest species, Manilana rafflesia flowers, are 20 centimeter in diameter. The flowers look and smell like rotting meat, which is why they are called carcass flowers or meat flowers. The unpleasant smell of flowers attracts insects such as frogs and dung beetles which carry pollen from male forms to female flowers. And then the, this is image from Rafflesia. And then this is image from Rafflesia flower. The next my presentation is piranha. You know piranha? Piranha is omnivorous freshwater fish that live in reefs in South America on the Venezuelan River. They are called carnivores. They are almost with sharp teeth and meat eaters. Even though Hollywood often give a negative image to piranhas, they are actual, actually not too dangerous and are often cultivated in home and office. This is the image from piranha. It is even though Hollywood often gives a negative and a positive image to piranha, they are actually not too dangerous and are often cultivated at home and office. And then the next my presentation is dolphin or lumba-lumba in Indonesia, and then dolphin are very intelligent marine mammalia beside the natural system, and then beside the natural system that complement their bodies are very complex, so that many technology are inspired by dolphin. One example is dolphin skin, which is able to minimize friction with water, so dolphin can swim with a little water resistance. This is what swimmers use the design swims with the reachable dolphin skin. Dolphins have a system that is used to communicate. The receive stimuli called sonar system. This system can avoid objects that are in front of dolphin. So as avoid so as to avoid collision, this technology was then applied in making submarine radars. Dolphins are mammalian because dolphins are mammals. They live in the sea and live throughout the world. Dolphins are relatives of whales and dolphins. There are more than 40 types of dolphin. Newborn baby dolphins will be brought to the surface by their parents to breathe air. Dolphins need to go up to the surface to breathe in order to stay alive. Dolphin breathes through air holes that are above their heads. Its sleek and slim body is perfect for swimming. The mother dolphin feeds their children with savory milk and provides energy for their children and grow quickly. Every child of a dolphin is always near his mother, so that his mother can protect from danger. Dolphins always maintain relationship with their children to grow bigger, and parents dolphins call their children with special which that they can recognize. And then this is the image from dolphin or lumba-lumba. Turtle. Turtles are found over the world, with the most famous turtle of all the giant turtle Aswan ledgers who live in the Odeon Galapagos Island near turtle like the watercrawlers. Turtle have hard cells that protect their bodies. The upper cell is called the carapace, the back of the cell or outer cell, and the lower part is called the plastron. The almost flat part of the cell structure, the carapace and plastron, are connected to what is called the bright tapering is covered with pictured scales, which are scales with connect the brain covered with the thickened skull, which are scales made of keratin, the same protein that our fingernails are made of. Surveys can help show the age of a turtle with a number of circles similar to a cross-section of a tree. Many turtles and can reject their heads, therefore limbs and tail to shell for protection. The tortoise has a big but no tips and no external ears, only two small holes on the side of the head. The head. Turtle can vary in size from a few centimeters to 2 meters. Male turtles tend to have larger protruding lengths than their sister turtles that to be diurnal, active during the day, animal with a tendency to become animals that are mainly active during dusk. Depending on the temperature of the environment, Authors are generally close and side characters. And then uh, this is the image from turtle. The next my presentation is cactus. Cactus or plural cacti cactuses or less commonly cactus is a member of the plant family Cactus, a family comprising about 127 genera with some 1,700 crow species of the other place the word cactus derives. And then through Latin from the ancient Greek cactus or cactus name originally used, and then by the term rostos from a spiny plant whose identity is not certain. Cacti occur in a wide range of shapes and sizes. Most cacti live in habitats subject to at least some drought. Many live in the extremely dry environments, even being found in the Atacama. Is one of the driest places on Earth. Cacti show many adaptations to conserve water. Almost all cacti are succulent, meaning part adapt to store water. Unlike many other succulent, the stem is the only part of most cacti where this vital process takes place. Most species of cacti have flowers through leaves retaining only spines which are highly modified and spines have prevent water providing some net in the absence of leaf energy stems carry. And then out percentage are native to the America, ranging from Patagonia in the south to part of western Canada in the north except to Rizalis Bachipere, which also grows in Africa and Sri Lanka. You look this cactus and then crocodile. So crocodile or buaya in Indonesia. Crocodile subfamily Crocodina or true crocodile are large semi-aquatic reptiles that live throughout the tropics in Africa, Asia, America, and Australia. Crocodile, all whose member as considered to crocodile is classified as a biological subfamily and broader sense of the term crocodile. Crocodile that includes Comistoma is not used in this article. This term crocodile here applies to only the species within the subfamily of crocodile. The term is sometimes used even more usually to the order crocodile, which includes the alligators and caiman family, Alligatoride, the gharial and pulse gharial family, Gepialidal, and all other living and fossil crocodile morpha. Although they appear similar, crocodiles, alligator, and the gharial belong to separate biological families. The gharial, with its narrow snout, is either either well morphological difference are the more difficult to spot in crocodile. And then crocodile and alligator, the most obvious external difference are visible in the head, with with crocodile having narrower and longer head with a more V-shaped than a U-shaped snout compared compared to alligator and caimans. Another obvious that is that the upper lower jaw of the crocodile are the same width and the that teeth, teeth in the lower jaw. In the lower jaw fall along the edge or outside the upper jaw when the mouth is closed. Therefore, all teeth are visible unlike alligator, which are visible unlike process is the small small depression into the which in the into the which the lower teeth fit also when the crocodile mouth is closed. The lens for the tooth in the lower jaw fits into a constriction in the upper jaw. For how to distinguish specimens, the producing tooth is the most reliable feature to define the species family. Crocodiles have more weaving on the tooth of the hind feet and can better filter saltwater due species salt glands for filtering out salt which are present but not function in alligator. Another trait that separates crocodile from other crocodilians their much higher level. And then among species over many species, and then uh, phantom smar or nephrotic species usually consist and then another species usually consists of shallow root system and of thread or climbing then or several meters long up to 50 meters and then or more usually 1 centimeter or less diameter although this may be thicker of you from the stems rise alternate word shaped leaf with anterior leaf margin an of the extension of the midrib, the tendril is which in some species and aids in climbing and protrudes from the tip of the leaf at the end of the tendril. The picture from the picture start is a small bud and gradually expand to from a globe or tube-shaped trap. The trap in here and then constant of width of the plant on production which might be watery or syrupy and is used to drown the prey. Research has shown this fluid contains physiologic biopolymers that might be crucial to the retention of species. The physiologic fluid in the pictures is especially effective in the retention of weak insects. The trapping efficiency of this fluid remains high even when significantly diluted by water, as inevitably happens it with condition. The lower part of the bread contains glands which absorb nutrients from captured prey. Along the upper inside part part of the thread is a slick, waxy coating which makes the escape of this prey nearly impossible. Surrounding the entrance to the trap is a structure called the frustum the lip, which is slippery and often quite colorful, and slippery and often quite colorful, attracting prey, but offering an user putting the prey capture. of the person is further entered. Most important were conditions of my coast and then water film to form on the surface, and then the wind weather receive a surface of the basement cause insect to aquaplane or slip and fall into the pitcher, and then or slip and fall into the pitcher above the peristom is a lead the umbrella in many species. This keep rain from diluting the fluid within the pitcher, the underside of which may contain natural glands which attract a prey. This is the image from Kantong Semar. The next my presentation is Edelweiss. You know Edelweiss? Edelweiss or Naphes japonica, popular now as Edelweiss java, Japanese Edelweiss, or Sandro flower, is an endemic plant in the Alpina or Montana zone in forest high mountain of the archipelago. This plant can reach a height of 8 meters and can have a stem size of human or even top. It generally does not exceed 1 meter. This plant is now category as a rare Edelweiss. Edelweiss is a pioneer plant for young volcanic soils in mountain forest is able to maintain its survival on barren land because it it is able to form much hard with certain soil fungi that effectively expand the area reached by its root and encourage efficient in finding nutrients. The flowers, which usually appear between April and August, are highly favored by insects more than 300 types of insects, such as quills, deer, butterfly, bubbles, and bees are seen visiting them. If these brands, if brands are allowed to grow quite firmly, otherwise can be a nesting place for cunning rock bird. My birds otherwise part are often picked and taken down the mountain for for pick mountain for a stick and spiritual reason or meant to by climbers in February to October. There were 6,000 record stems taken from Mount Gede Panaraga National Park, which is one of the last favorites of this plant. And then within the curtain limit and as the long as are the small species are picked, this pressure can be tolerated in Bromo Danger Summer National Park. This plant in the declared extinct. Unfortunately, got a warm expectation at such 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 river many population, especially population located and on pathway research that has been done shows that otherwise can be easily so coating of the brain. Therefore, the fish may be sold to visitors to reduce pressure on wild population. One of the best places to see Edelweiss is Tegal Alun Mall, Pandayan, Surya Kencana Square, Gunung Gede, and then Mandalawangi Square, Mount Pangarango, and Plawangan Sembalun, Mount Rinjani, and then This is the image from Edelweiss. Then along along Flores or Flores Hawk is an endemic type of raptor Indonesia bird of prey that belongs to Indonesia for the genus Nissus family. Eagle Flores were previously considered to be brown-chalk eagle and rich badges are showed the significant morphological difference between these from with eagle brown-chalk. Genetic distance between these two taxa was found in only 1%. Jamov at 200 to 2008 at 2005. These followers were placed in the genus following the recommendation of Helbig et al. 2008, supported by Walshar studies. Occurrence in the of the 2005 based on the molecular sequence of the Viteria genus and 1 Miller intro. This here the image from alarm powers. The next main presentation is the biome or umbrella leaf. Giant leaf, sang leaf, or shallow genus are types of palm that are leaf. They are large with a relatively strong in the interior of the Malay Peninsula and Sarawak. It is used as a roof, therefore the LEPI in the Indonesia Palm Book. And they were written by Sakna Praja at the 1080. This plant is called leaf umbrella in Indonesia. Palm Book written by this plant is known as the elephant, the oil, North Sumatra, Sumatra leaf, and shallow leaf. Giant leaf are are one of the plants in Indonesia. Actually, it's not Sumatra. This plant can be found in the Aras Naval area close to Gunung Leuser National Park. Giant leaves are included in the type of palm plant. Local people also often call in the leaf sang. The change name of a giant leaf is genetic. This type is one of the members. No, this plant enters the betel nut family called palm. Some countries have different designs for this giant leaf, namely leaf umbrella for Malaysia, bangson for Thailand, and in the United Kingdom called it umbrella leaf palm. The scientific name of the giant leaf is taken from the name of Professor Theisman or alias Theisman Johannes. The, pres- professor was a Dutch botanist who first discovered a unique genus of plants in the interior of Sumatra. Giant leaf plants were discovered in the early 60th century. Leaves that are with the relative strong leaves are so the bottom by the called umbrella in Indonesia. The Galada and then the image from the biome. The next is the Galada is a lens or robust. It is the covered with buff to dark brown or coarse or hair and has dark face with a pale edges. Its feet are nearly black. Its short tail in a tuft of hair. Adult male have a long, if chunk of hair on his black back. The Gallada has a hairless face with a short muzzle that looks more like a face than baboons. It can also be partially distinguished from a baboon by the bright patch of skin on its chest. This patch is hornless shaped on the lazy its bright red surrounded by with hair or on females, it is a far less pronounced. However, when it asserts the female patch will be brightness and nickel off with white blizzard from of the on the patch. This is thought to be analogous to the swollen buttocks common of the most bubble. Experiencing estrus in additional female head skin around their patch. Galadas also has well developed etiological sexual dimorphism in the species. Male approach to 80 kg, while female are smaller, approaching the 20 kg. The height and body length of the species is 50 centimeters for both sexes. The tail length are 60 or 4 centimeters. The Galada has several adaptations for its razors and geographies. Grass eating lifestyle is high, a small surrounding fingers and adapt to falling grass and narrow. Small injuries adapt for cooling in the Galada. Galada has a unique gait crow as the super gait that it uses while finding its sport repeatedly and moves by sliding its feet without change its posture. Because of this gait, the Galada ram is hidden beneath, so it's not for display. Its bright red dash patch is visible top. And then, and then the the pose the three kangaroo the is image from Galada, and then the next presentation is kangaroo pohon. Kangaroo pohon. The kangaroo pohon or three kangaroos are monsters that adapt to the environment above the tree. They inhabit prime forests in Australia and Papua. Queensland and nearby Island also mostly found in a mountain area. Some species also occur in the lowlands, such as dangerous pending moss tree. Kangaroo are endangered to hunting and habitat loss. There are 20 species of tree kangaroos. They have a significant person size, a color of feathers with a head size and body length of about 40, 40, 41 to 6, 70 centimeter. And then uh, 60 in side length of the to the centimeter. And then white is kilograms. Female are smaller than male. Then one crow as a climb of first people the climb to the tree or uh, eat the eat a bird, fish and animals. This is the image from kangaroo. The next my presentation is macan tutul or leopard. Leopard is one of our big cats. This animal, also known as a tiger, because of its ability to climb. First, people uh, thought that leopard were hybrid of lion and tiger. So the name leopard appeared among early European descent Java leopard P. P. miles or West Java identity fauna and include endangered animal in Indonesia. Land leopard with a body length of the 1 to 2 meters. This species general has brownish yellow fur with black spot on the head. Or smaller female leopard are similar and smaller than males. The area of leopard distribution is the continents of Asia and America. This species was thought to have many children, more than 30 subspecies found in all kinds of habitats ranging from tropical forests, deserts, savannas, mountain resident area, but now reduced to only 9 after major extinction. Leopard, a solitary animal who avoids each other. This species is more active the snake, and then because of the high mortality rate of children, female usually have one to two children who live with her mother until young, figure around 1.5 to 2 years old. The leopard are a prisoner hunter who has every opportunity to get their prey. They are almost all prey of various size. The main prey consists of various mammalia, rodent fish, bird, monkey, and other animals that are around their habitat. In general, leopard is affect human, but tiger who are unhealthy, hungry, or injured so they cannot harm common prey. Can prey on human. This one an incident about a male leopard and in a rodeo parade preying on more than 100 people and a female leopard called the Panna leopard preyed on more than 400 people in the early to Transition country in India. Some species leopard such as the macan kumbang from Indonesia, macan kumbang, are that with extinction, but in the general leopard are apparent as a low risk on the AUCN red list. This is the image of leopard ornamentation. The next my presentation is Komodo. Komodo or Komodo dragon, or also called Komodo dragons, Cornus commodus, and are large species of monitor lizard found on Komodo rinca. Flores, sorry, sorry. Gildacime Island is Nusa Tenggara Province, Indonesia. This lizard by the native inhabitant of the island of Komodo is also called by the local name Ora. Komodo, sorry. Komodo is the rare species of the Arachnid family, as well as the land lizard. Lizard in the world with a range length of 2-3 meters and can weigh up to 100 kilogram. Common dragon are the top predator in their habitat because so far there are no claw-land carnivores other than this monitor lizard is a tropical area. It's a large body and a terrible reputation made that one of the most famous animal in the world. Now the real habitat of Komodo dragon is has shrunk into includes dragon as a species that is vulnerable to extinction. Komodo dragon have been designed as animal protected by the Indonesian government, and their habitats are made into national parks. Namely, Komodo National Park, whose purpose was intended to protect them. And then the next is stop. Stop. Next is no, yeah. And then this image from Komodo dragon or Komodo. The next presentation is Saola. You know Saola? Saola is one of the red land mammalia in the world. It's a type of cow that is only found in the Anam Road in Vietnam and Laos. This animal is related to about cattle and goat Saola that live in the wild were first caught on camera. The camera was installed by the Vietnam Forest Protection Ministry and Worldwide for, for Nature. We in the Vietnam. And then the next presentation is Vaquita. Vaquita is a rare dolphin species that is endemic in the northern part of the Gulf of California since Beijing reports. It's believed to have become extinct in the 2009. Paquita has become the most endangered cetacea in the world. Paquita is listed as endangered because its estimate the number of individuals has fallen to below 100 in 2000, and then placing this species is danger of extinction amount was uploaded to around around 60, leading to the consideration that this species would soon become extinct. This line in the population is linked to due to such from illegal activity of Tatoba fishing with gills net. Tatoba is another endemic species that is endangered. Branding programs are currently need to save this species. However, are not expected to be available until October, which is feared to be too late in addition to ability of the vaquita to survive and reproduce temporarily is limited to an unserved place. The word vaquita is Spanish which means little cow. Then this is the image of vaquita, and the next my presentation is Harimau Saberta or Siberian tiger, Amur tiger. Korean tigers, Malay tigers, are another Chinese tiger, and then are tiger subspecies whose habitat is in the Amur region in the Far East and is protected. Several tigers are considered the land subspecies of the six tiger subspecies. Several tiger an endangered animal is in the early 100 several tigers can still be found along the Korean Peninsula, northern of Mongolia, south of Russia, and north of China nowadays. These species have become extinct from South Korea and most live in a small earth south of the Russian Far East Amur area in Prime area Amur tiger and leopard armor is being protected. Few still live in Malaysia and North Korea. This is the image from Harimau Sumatera, and then badak hitam or the black rhino. The black rhino is a mammalia that belongs to the Paracet order and is native to Eastern and Central Africa, including Kenya Tanzania, Cameroon, South Africa, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. Also, this rhino cross refers to a black rhino, black creature. The color is more gray and white. The name of this species was chosen to be distinct from with rhinoceros. This is a mistake because the two species cannot really be distinguished by color. The word Oceanus Union IUCN announcement on July 7, 2009 that one in a portion species that West African black rhino was declared extinction. The species itself is now critical status. And the next my presentation is lemur bambu besar or Langer bambu lemurs, also known as with nose lemur. Large bamboo lemur weigh around 5 pounds or almost 2 kilograms. The characteristics of the fur are grayish brown and white, and black, faces ears, and have an head length of about 1.5 feet 40 to 50 centimeters. They have relativity to long tails and long thin lines to jump further between the trees of their forest habitat. Curving but also eating pit leaves slender bamboo. Eat the bamboo lemur in a group of up to individual in a group are social animals and and are very gregarious. This species may be the only lemur where the male is dominant. Also, these incursions in captivity clans bamboo lemurs are more than 70 years old. This is the image from lemur bamboo. And then the next is gorilla gunung or mountain gorilla. Are one of the two either gorilla subspecies. There are two mountain gorilla population. One One population can be found in the Virunga Mountain in Central Africa, in their national park Miranga in southwest Uganda Volcans, in northwest Rwanda, Virunga in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Other population can be found in the Windy National Park. Some primates state that the windy gorilla in Uganda may be a spirit subspecies out of the subspecies out of a spirit description is still not complete. And then this is image from gorilla. The next my presentation is Tupai Japan. As the name suggests, this squirrel is either from Japan. The Latin name of this tupai is squirrel's. This squirrel is an endemic species of Japan. A spread of squirrels onto the island Honshu, Kyushu, and Shikoku from a survey conducted by Japan research that the squirrel and as well as Honshu reduced species. What on the island Kyushu more species that's cause of the reduction in the species their habitat which is used by human for development. Know that Now that was a bit of the many rare animals in the world that we have submerged. We are good women, so take care of the extent of the dead animal because after all maintaining the improvement is a self obligation begin to teach and instill in our children to maintain the balance of nature so that the future of children. Then the male is dominant also which is created is specific length. And then long 50 centimeter they have relatively long tall length and verification between the trees of their forest habitat. And then uh, the tupai. The tupai is climbing in the tree and then eat uh, eat beef or many more. And then uh, uh, thank you for the thank you. Quit so much from me more or less. Uh, Apologize if there is an error word. Please forgive me. And then wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.